Hello, good evening, welcome, one and all. My name's Kevin. I am attempting to produce some kind of album from this space here, which is a shed. I'm on episode 34 of that process as it stands, and I'm working on Dai's iPhone. One, two, three. So I spoke about this track on the last video, and I think at the time I said that what I was going to try and do with it was start working on a bass line as opposed to a drum track, because I felt like I'd come to some kind of cul-de-sac with the drums. I was just gravitating back to the same thing over and over again. I recently, to add to that, I also recently got this, which is the Akai. I think it's the Akai LPD8. So, it was actually really cheap on Amazon. I think it was about 30 quid. It's quite well made. It's got some knobs, some dials. One quite disappointing thing about it is that Akai haven't updated the editing software to work with the latest iOS. Some of their products they have, some they haven't. I'm assuming that's because they're going to be phasing them out and introducing new ones. So maybe I've just got this right at the end of its life. But so there's no editor to work with on this particular version of the iOS. So I'm left using the defaults. Having said all of that, if we were to take away that as a frustration or an annoyance, just the experience of playing with the pads as opposed to playing with the keyboard to get the drums for this. Actually, this is the first time I've used it, and it's completely changed where I was. I thought I'd play around this morning. I'd messed something up previously, so I'd started using it, or I hadn't actually done anything with it, and I started trying to play with the MIDI editing in Logic, and I screwed something up. Now this comes to another point actually, which I'll get to in a sec. But anyway, so I kind of put it to one side and forgotten about it, and I went back to trying to play everything on the keyboard. So this morning I got this out. I fixed the problem, worked out how to reverse what I'd done. So it worked again, and I'm just working with the defaults. The thing I was going to say is that I am sure there again is a way of adjusting the key assignments for the different instruments on the drum kit, which would then affect this, because at the moment that's a C, which means at the moment that's the kick. That's a snare rim shot, that's a snare center, and that's a stick hit, or whatever you call it. So, and they're set that way. There's some toms, hi-hat there, no cymbals. Obviously I've got the cymbals on the keyboard, but I mean, yeah, probably, like, if you work hard enough and do it over and over again, you could get to a point where you could do that. I have had a little fiddle around with no success. So I've been just obviously the same as usual, just concentrating on the kick and the snare. But I've come up with a workable foundation, I'd say, with enough change in it and enough dynamic that I can build the song around it. It sounds a little incongruous at the moment to the acoustic guitar part. Another thing I should say about this is I recorded this acoustic guitar using the two mics. So the Rode, it was still actually. So the Rode on the neck, the SM57 on the bridge. Coming back to it after working on Project, where I had the just the input from the Alvarez straight into the acoustic attack, the DI. I prefer that. Now, I don't know if that's just because I'm better at capturing the sound, because I've been practicing a lot since I first recorded this. This was quite a while ago. So it could just be that. That would be nice if that is in fact the case. And if I went back and re-recorded this using the same setup with the mics, I actually got a much better sound than I did with this, because I've just been working hard at trying to get better at it. Or it might just be that in the context of what I'm trying to do at the moment, just that straight DI signal in is fine, and actually a more shapeable tone than the mics. And I suppose that could lead down another third path, which is that I'm just not skilled enough. It's the same thing, right? I'm just going around in circles. So you can overthink it. But that so far, the acoustic on project has been my favourite acoustic, I think, that I've recorded so far in this whole process, which is interesting. This is a perfectly usable and full sound, but we'll see where it goes. The drums are leading me to believe that actually there's going to be... I'm either going to have to lengthen the song out, I think. I want the acoustic part to remain in it because I like it, and it represents quite a new way of playing for me. It feels different than as other stuff that I played. So the acoustic guitar, it feels like it's important that it stays in some... I want some of that nuance to be there. But the way the drums are shaping up, and maybe we'll have to see after I put the bass on, but the way the drums are shaping up at the moment, it's leading me to believe that there's going to be quite a bit more to this song than just that simple acoustic part. What the acoustic does do a great job of is giving me the dynamics to work with. I just don't know if I want it to be the main instrument in this. So it's kind of in an interesting place. I'm going to work a bit more on the drums. I'm going to take that through a little bit, and then I will definitely move on to working on a bass part for it. There's a lot of, I think, I won't know until I start playing, but I think there's quite a lot of places to go with the bass harmonically. Because the acoustic part is quite sparse. So, again, that's going to shape how I then approach the rest of it. Definitely want to get some... definitely looking forward to putting some electric to this once I've got the bass and the drums down. So, anyway, that is Thai's iPhone for now. I'll stick a little bit of the drums on the end here, so you get an opportunity to hear what that sounds like. And and I think I'll keep working on this for a little bit. I'm going down to see... Oh, one thing I should say, I met up with Will Everett again yesterday, so hopefully going to be doing something with him fairly soon. Hopefully I think he's going to come here, and we might do something same as James and I did on a smaller kind of scale. Maybe do a bit of a podcast here in the shed or whatever. Don't know when that's going to happen. Definitely going to try and do another Zoom call with him at some point, so we may put that up. And then also I'm going down... James is playing a gig tomorrow, so I'm going to record that, I think. I'm definitely going to record that, and I will post this here. It'll probably go up on James's page as well. Get a chance to test out the Shure mic again, and the iPhone stuff. So yeah, going to be doing that tomorrow afternoon, and then hanging out with James on Monday. He's hopefully building the last part of his shed on Monday. The carpet is coming in, so he's going to be putting the together the shed. I actually have taken the day off work, so I don't know how long I'm going to stick around on the Monday, but if the carpet fitter comes early enough, maybe we'll record something with him getting set up and getting Logical up and running. So anyway, a few things going on. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please like, subscribe. That would be nice. And thank you.